Hello, home bosses. In my last two videos, I talked about the murder mystery puzzle book niche, and I showed you two books that were really crushing it on Amazon. One of them was Murdoku, and the other one was Myrtle, and there's all sorts of different books in those niches that are really selling a lot. And the reason I looked into it was because I was looking through the top 100 books on Amazon. I noticed several puzzle books that were doing really well, and I thought I'd make some videos about it because the stories were really interesting. I bought the Murdoku book and I really got hooked solving those puzzles, and when I started talking to family members and friends, they all knew about the book and they were saying, oh yes, it's really interesting, it keeps you busy the whole time. They really liked that it was something they could do without being on their phones. And the more people I spoke to, the more people actually knew about it. So I felt a bit silly that I'd never heard of it before I actually created the videos around those books. So I bought the Murdoku book and I started getting into the puzzles, and I have to say I'm really enjoying it and they're quite fun to solve. I'm really happy because there's actually a software coming out that helps you create these type of puzzles. And I've been testing it as a beta tester, and I have to say that it's actually quite a good little app that does let you create these type of puzzles. And I did show you the Kuronazo app, which makes books like The Killer Isn't Alice. I talked about that in a previous video, but this is within that same sort of murder mystery niche, but it's a different type of puzzle altogether. So if you've seen the Murdoku books or you know the Murdoku books, it's a different kind of puzzle, but it is really so interesting and everyone is buying this book. It was the #1 Christmas book in 2023 on Amazon, and it's still crushing it. It's still a bestseller. So I quickly want to show you the niche. So we're on Amazon.com. I'm searching in incognito and I've typed in murder mystery logic puzzles. Straight away, I can see that there are over 1,000 results, which isn't too bad because it doesn't say something silly like over 20,000 results. There is competition, but it's not completely saturated. So this is a good sign already. I've got this little tool installed here, which is the KDP niche and keyword tool. And this, by the way, is also by the same people that have created this tool, and it's free. So I leave the link below this video where you can access this. I really like it. And it's showing that it has a niche score of 69, which is really good. So it's something that we can definitely look into. It also gives you all this other information, which is really handy. And if you scroll down and have a look at the books, this is the one that I bought and that I really love. And you can see it's still a bestseller. It's number 43 in all of books on Amazon. There's the Myrtle one as well. So there are a few books in this niche, and of course it's difficult to create these kind of puzzles. I'll quickly show you the look inside. So actually it hasn't got a look inside because it's not published through KDP. This was picked up by a publisher, as I explained in my previous video. But you can see the type of puzzle. So you've got clues here of different people, where they were when the murder took place. And then you've got the crime scene. And then it's got a helpful grid here. So you just basically have to guess where the murderer was, and whoever was in the same room with the murder victim is the murderer. It is really a lot of fun to work out. And if you go onto the A+ content, you can see exactly what the layout is in the book, and you can also have a look at the reviews. People really love it. Everyone is obsessed with this at the moment. So yeah, it's a really good niche, and I'm really excited because there's an app that's being released this week that can help you create these puzzles. So I'll quickly show you inside the app. So the app is called the Shigai Royalty Crime Puzzle Generator. The developers are Ike Paz and Luke Bose, and I've used some of their software in the past, and especially the last one, the Kuronazo. I really liked the software, and I have created books with it for Amazon KDP. So I'm really excited about this one. I'm currently beta testing it, and I think it should be coming out this week. So keep an eye out for my emails or for another video or for my social media posts. I will tell you exactly when this is coming out. But for now, I just wanted to quickly show you it's still in beta, so there's still improvements to be made, but I can show you more or less how this works. I would say it's a complicated bit of software, but it's not complicated for you. It's actually quite easy to use. So I'll quickly show you. You can create pages one by one. You can create them in bulk, or there's also a story version. I'm just going to show you how to create pages in bulk because this is the quickest way to create them. So then you can choose the page size. I've chosen 8.5 by 11, although the original book is actually 6 by 9. I'm going to choose 8.5 by 11 just to give it a little bit more space. And I'm going to select Classic Whodunit, but you've got all of these other selections that you can make. So you can make it about the lying killer, the eyewitness, the telltale. I'm going to stick to Classic Whodunit. You can also change the languages, so I'm going to choose English. And this is the bit where you can choose how many suspects you want. So for this video, I'm just going to select a 6 by 6, which means there are 5 suspects. If you want it to be more difficult, you can create more suspects, but I just quickly want to show you. So I've got 6 by 6, 5 suspects, and this is the interesting bit. So this is what it would look like normally, everything on one page. The original book is a 2-page spread, the Modoku book, and it's got the scene of the crime on one page, and then the statements from the suspects on another. And you can do that here as well. You can click 2-page spread, so you've got the scene of the crime and then the suspects would be on the second page. What is really nice if you create a 2-page scene is you can select to have this notes grid on the page, and the original book has this. And this is what I like about the developers of this app, because it didn't include this, and when I was beta testing it, I emailed them to say that the original book has got a grid where you can make notes. Would this be something they can add to this? And within a few hours they had added this. So this is something I suggested they do, and they added that. And they're so good when you suggest things to them, or when you report a bug or something that's not working properly. They're on it. They really work with you until this app is perfect. And that's what impressed me about this. I thought this was really good of them. And that's when I decided that I'll definitely tell you about it, because I only tell you about apps that I really like and that I use myself. So I thought, yes, they're really on this. They really improve their apps all the time and they update them. So that really impressed me. So I was really happy when they added this, because it is what's included in the original Modoku book, and I think that is important to know. But for the purpose of this, I'm just going to do a 1-page spread. So we get rid of this note grid. Then the next thing you can choose is the difficulty. So you can choose between easy, medium, hard, expert, or dragon. So if I click hard, it then changes it to a harder puzzle. Let's stick with easy for now so you can see what's happening. And this is another mode we can choose. You can choose the murder mystery, which is classic, but you've got all of these other, let me see if I can show you. You've got all of these other scenes. You can go with a classic murder mystery. You can find the thief, the missing present, the wedding ring mystery. And you can also create these books for kids, which is a really good option. And there's not many books out there that let you do that. So I think that's a really good addition. I'm going to stick with murder mystery just for this video, and there's lots of other things that you can customize. So it's highly customizable. You can also choose the location. So I've chosen the ocean liner, but you could choose the Grand Hotel, the safe house, the Scattered Isles, the Happy Tales Rescue. So many different scenes to choose from. We're going to stick with the ocean liner for this video. And this is what I really like, the artwork style. So I really love this watercolor storybook style, but you could also do a colored pencil storybook, or you could do a vintage one, which looks like that, or you could choose noir, which is quite good if you're doing black and white. I'll show you that in a minute. Or you could have kawaii. If you're creating the children's books version, then the kawaii is quite a good option. There's steampunk 16-bit pixel. That's quite nice as well. But I really like the watercolor storybooks. I'm going to stick with that one. And let's have a look. So this is the page design. There's lots of different options there. You can even change the paper color. So you could have ivory, aged. Aged is really nice if you create a vintage style book. I'm going to just leave it white for now, and you can have all these different settings. Also, if you're publishing on KDP and you want to keep the price low, the printing cost low, then just select black and white or grayscale. But I'm going to go with color, and you can give the floor a different treatment. So you can have a flat color, you can have a clean print, or you can have the elite textured. I'm going to go with flat color. And there's other different things that you can customize. You can customize the header, the legend down the side of the grid. I'm ticking all of those because I like them to show. I like the name, include objects in the legend. I do like the lettered columns to be ABC. If you untick that, you just have the numbers, but I quite like them to be letters and numbers, like on a chessboard. And you can select a custom difficulty badge color. You can change the positioning of these, and there's all sorts of other things that you can customize. And you can have a premium caseboard, so everything is there. And you can have a classic one, so I'll use the classic one. And this is where you select the number of pages, however many puzzles you want. So let's say we want to create 10 puzzles. You can click story mode. I'm going to unclick that for now. And we can add this to the queue. So I'm just going to add to queue, and then I'm just going to generate it so you can see what they will look like. And you can see it says it's preparing our book. And looks like it's already done it, so we can look through them. And here we are. That's the ocean liner before dawn. You've got the story here, and these are the suspects. So you have to work out where they were so that you can figure out who the killer is. And there's all these different ones. And right at the end, so we've got 10 puzzles. And then right at the end, you should have the solutions. So here are the solutions to the different puzzles. So it didn't take long. I would say this app, I wouldn't say that you can create books fast with this. I mean, it is fast. If you had to create it yourself, it would take so much longer. But I don't want to encourage you to create fast books. I want you to really put a lot of thought into this and create really good books. And this app lets you do that. So, and they're also improving it all the time. So if there are things that need to be added, I'm sure they're going to add them. They're always improving and updating their apps. So that's why I was so impressed with it. And I have to say, I really like the way it works. You can also, this is quite a good thing here, once you've created your whole book, you can add different pages. So you can add a different puzzle page with a different level, and you can also add an instructions page. So you can just click add page and it adds an instruction page here. You can also add a how to solve page. So then it tells you how to solve the puzzles. I think this is really important to include that in your books. You also have to have a copyright page, so you could add that as well. And you type in your pen name. So let's just do that. And then it creates your copyright page. You can even have a certificate at the end. You can add blank pages. So it's very, very customizable. It's a really lovely app, and it's being launched this week. So once it's launched, I will add the details below this video and let you know. And also look out for my emails and on my social media, the Home Boss, where I will post more about the launch of this. So I'll let you all know when that happens, but I just wanted to give you a little insight into the app, how it works, and why I think it is such a great tool. First of all, because the niche is so good. I think it's a niche where not many people can really publish books in this niche, because you do need an app or some way to create these books. And it would be very difficult to do this yourself on Canva. I think it would be impossible, actually. So this is why this is really good if you want to publish in these kind of niches. And secondly, because I'm really enjoying using these type of books, and I always say create books in something that you know about, something that you're using, and this is a really good niche in that way. So I'm enjoying it. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think about this niche, what you think about this type of book. Have you ever solved these kind of puzzle books? If you haven't, I can really recommend the Mudoku book. It's a lot of fun and they make great presents. So this is a great niche to get into for Q4. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.